Hi, my name is Noel, and I teach meditation as a universal practice which has rich fruits for individuals and society. In this video, we will continue to explore how meditation is challenging. I mean that in two ways. Firstly, it's not easy. It's hard work. And secondly, it challenges us to change. So, here goes. We are so accustomed to doing, that it feels strange to our minds when we choose to simply be. Our mind gets agitated and tells us we should be doing something more useful than this. Being distracted by thought and letting go of thought over and over again can feel like such a waste of time. But we learn from personal experience that if we are faithful to our practice, if we keep refocusing our attention on our word, we do begin to feel the benefits and the deeper fruits of meditation. We discover that it's not the lapsing, but the refocusing of our attention that really matters. We come to appreciate that when we meditate, we step away from doing into being. In fact, we center our doing in our being. But we find that the ego doesn't like to be sidelined. It loves nothing more than to fall back into doing mode, even during meditation. One sign of that is when we find ourselves judging our meditation. You see, the left hemisphere of the brain, where the ego resides, gets uncomfortable in the silence and begins to generate thoughts. Thoughts like, oh, this feels pointless. I'm getting nowhere with this. I should be doing something more useful with my time. Or perhaps, I'm no good at this. I'll never get the hang of it. Or again, the sense that maybe I'm doing it wrong. I should read a book about it. That would be better. And then I can start again in a few months' time. The dominant left hemisphere of the brain is always in doing mode. It's trying to work out what would make things better for you. It's always pointing out how your life could be better. Whatever state you were in, it will find somewhere where the grass is greener, and it will generate a desire in you to achieve that state. Your rational mind examines the gap between where you are and where it thinks you should be, and tries to figure out steps to get you there. Now, this often happens so quickly, in an instant even, so frequently we are not even aware that it's happening. Now, it can be a great way of solving practical problems, like the quickest way to get across town, or the fastest way to get a job done. But this kind of thinking process works much less well with emotional, psychological, or existential problems, with issues related to our sense of happiness or our search for meaning in life. Such questions are about being, not doing, and the doing mode of problem solving is inappropriate and unhelpful. Because when you focus on the gap between how you see yourself now as against how you'd like to be, even in terms of meditation, you still end up asking questions like, what's wrong with me? Why can't I ever get it right? Where am I going wrong? Such questions are not only harsh and self-destructive, but they also demand that the mind furnishes the evidence to explain its discontent. And of course, your judging mind will find plenty of evidence to justify its worry. So focusing on the gap through the doing mode simply highlights and worsens the gap, seeing it as a problem to be solved. Now, this approach then is disastrous when it comes to your emotions, because of the intricate interconnection between your thoughts, emotions, and bodily sensations. They all feed into each other, and left unchecked can drive your thinking in very distressing directions. You can quickly become trapped inside your own thoughts. You begin to overthink. You begin to brood. You start to ask yourself endlessly the same pointed questions that demand immediate answers. What's up with me today? I should be happy. Why can't I just get a grip? And your spirits sink even deeper. As our focus is increasingly narrowed in that way, we appreciate less and less of the reality in the world around us. We fail to live in the present moment, remaining stuck between past and future. But research now shows that such brooding reduces our ability to solve problems, in fact. And it's absolutely hopeless for dealing with emotional difficulties. The solution lies in breaking the vicious circle that such a doing mode generates. You can't stop unhappy memories or negative self-talk and judgmental ways of thinking arising. They will arise. But you can stop what happens next. You can stop the vicious cycle from feeding off itself and triggering the next spiral of negative thoughts by developing the habit of meditation. By creating a time or times each day when you let go of all thought and you build up your capacity to do that. Meditation helps us to witness what happens in the mind. You see, the mind doesn't just think. It can also be aware that it is thinking. It gives rise to a witnessing awareness that allows you to experience the world directly, moment to moment. It's bigger than thinking. Awareness transcends thinking. Awareness remains unclouded by your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. So meditation then allows you to step outside the chattering negative self-talk and to observe your own reactive impulses and emotions. It teaches you that you are not your thoughts. As we'll see in later videos, it gives rise to another way of knowing, beyond rational knowledge. And with that realization comes a sense of wonder, and quiet contentment begins to reappear in your life. The great thing about being mode is that it's not about striving. It's not about achieving goals. In being mode, the focus is on accepting and allowing what is, without any immediate pressure to change it. You're stuck in traffic? So be it. You'll be late. So be it. Arguing with reality won't change it. Your mind wanders in meditation? So be it. Just let go and start again, and again, and again. I'm meditating now for over 16 years, and I can tell you that the first 16 years are the worst. The writer Gabriel Garcia Marquez wrote that human beings are not born once and for all on the day their mothers give birth to them, but life obliges them over and over again to give birth to themselves. As you keep up your meditation practice, ideally every day, you too will discover for yourself that meditation helps you give birth to your true self. You begin to encounter something very meaningful beneath the daily noise. All of the wisdom and religious traditions of the world say that we encounter something deeply mysterious in the silence, something that we are intimately connected with, even though it ultimately remains a mystery. And now, to experience that truth for yourself, I invite you to sit in the stillness and silence of meditation for the next 10 minutes. And please do try to set aside that time each day for meditation.